Hello, and welcome to this webinar on accommodating individuals with heart disease, presented by the Computer Electronic Accommodations Program, better known as CAP. My name is Erin Sanderson, and with me today is Evelyn Rivera.
Hi, everyone.
CAP is a centrally funded program in the Department of Defense that provides assistive technology and accommodations to support individuals with disabilities and wounded, ill, and injured service members throughout the federal government in accessing information and communication technology.
Today, we are going to discuss various heart conditions and accommodating individuals with heart disease in order to make essential job functions more manageable.
Heart disease is a term used interchangeably with cardiovascular disease. However, heart disease can be more broadly defined as any condition that affects your heart. While cardiovascular disease refers specifically to conditions that involve narrow or blocked blood vessels, both conditions can lead to heart attack, chest pain, or stroke. While there can be many causes of heart disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure is the leading cause of heart disease and stroke in the United States. Other factors include high cholesterol, physical inactivity, excess body weight, diabetes, genetic defects, coronary artery disease, and even family history.
It is common for symptoms to progress over prolonged periods of time, and many heart conditions do not have noticeable symptoms. However, if left untreated, heart conditions can often lead to heart attack or stroke. Heart attacks occur when blood flow to a part of the heart is blocked by a blood clot. If the blood clot completely blocks the flow of blood, the part of the heart muscle supplied by that artery begins to die.
CAP can provide a broad spectrum of equipment to assist employees who experience symptoms related to heart disease. First, it is important to understand the importance of a good ergonomic workstation. A link to CAP's ergonomics reference guide can be found in the description below. Ergonomics is the foundation for an accessible work environment, and a proper ergonomic workstation can include a number of assistive technology tools that can provide some relief and allow the employee to be more comfortable and able to work on essential tasks more efficiently. A few of these tools include alternative pointing devices. A standard mouse requires an individual to reach laterally while moving their arm and wrist to maintain control. Some individuals with heart disease may require extensive surgery and may develop swelling, nerve damage, or limited movement capabilities. Some alternative pointing device options include trackball mice, which are like upside-down mice with an exposed protruding ball. The user can roll the ball with the thumb, fingers, or the palm of the hand to control the mouse. Vertical mice, which are similar to a standard mouse, but the controls are on the side. This is designed to keep the user's hand in a natural position. Roller mice, which is a bar located in front of the keyboard where all of the mouse features are located. It is controlled using a rotating cylinder. This mouse eliminates lateral reaching completely. Alternative keyboards. A standard keyboard may be difficult for some employees with heart disease to use. This could be due to swelling, stiffness, or limited movement capabilities. Some alternative keyboard options include a keyboard with larger keys, a keyboard with a key guard to prevent the wrong key from being pressed, or an ergonomic keyboard, which would allow the individual to keep their arms, wrists, and hands in a natural position when typing. Additional ergonomic items that can help mitigate the symptoms of heart disease and enable an individual to perform their job tasks include headsets, which would allow an individual to speak on the phone without holding the handset. This could be beneficial to an employee who experiences neuropathy, amputations, or stiffness. Speech recognition software, which allows an individual to use voice commands rather than a keyboard, mouse, or other input device. Virtually anything that can be done with a keyboard and mouse can be done using verbal commands. This includes creating documents, writing emails, and browsing the web. This technology could assist an employee who experiences nerve damage, neuropathy, chronic pain, or amputations. These devices may aid in allowing the user to alleviate some of the symptoms associated with heart disease.
To look for potential solutions to help an employee choose what assistive technology may be most beneficial, CAP can conduct a needs assessment to find the right solutions for each individual. We do this by following the CAP needs assessment process, which looks first at the job being performed and how the diagnosis, symptoms, and treatment impact the individual's ability to perform job tasks. Once we understand the requirements of the job and what the individual is experiencing, as well as their prognosis, we can look at potential solutions. Detailed descriptions of products are also available for review on the CAP website. If an individual is located near the DC area, they have the option to participate in an in-person needs assessment at CAP's Technology and Evaluation Center to find the best solution. CapTech is available to evaluate and demonstrate a variety of assistive technology solutions that can make essential job functions easier. If the individual is located outside of the DC area, CAP can provide remote assessments via telephone, email, or VTC. Now we'll take a look at a couple of case studies in which an individual with heart disease was accommodated.
A service member who is continuing on active duty has cardiovascular disease, which is causing numbness and chronic pain in his arms. His job duties include research and data entry, requiring him to work on dual monitors and toggle between various tasks on the computer. Completion of these tasks is very mouse and keyboard intensive, requiring him to scroll, click, drag, and copy and paste information frequently. After assessing his workspace, CAP was able to provide an alternative keyboard and mouse to reduce the movement necessary to complete his essential job tasks. A keyboard tray was also recommended so he could change the positioning of his keyboard and mouse. Voice recognition software was also recommended to allow the employee to input information using voice commands when tiring from the alternative keyboard and mouse. These items will allow the service member to mitigate some of the symptoms experienced through changing the way he interacts with his work environment.
In another instance, a female federal employee working for the Department of Defense experienced a stroke due to heart disease. Because of the stroke, she experiences left-hand partial paralysis, fatigue, and numbness through her legs, requiring her to stand periodically throughout the day to regain feeling. She also has trouble with focus and concentration. Her job duties include using a computer to type reports, conduct research, and create presentations. This individual works in a cubicle environment, making it harder for her to concentrate and complete her tasks. CAP was able to provide several accommodations for this employee to create a more accommodating workplace environment. To assist this individual with a better computer accessibility, a mini keyboard with built-in touchpad was provided. To help relieve pain flare-ups, speech recognition software was provided to allow her to avoid using her hands when painful. This individual also received noise-canceling headphones to help her focus better in her current work environment. To make her workstation a more comfortable environment and to mitigate some pain, a keyboard tray and monitor arms made the angle of the computer and keyboard adjustable, so the most ergonomically efficient position was achieved. This allowed her to be able to perform to the best of her abilities.
Accommodations for individuals with heart disease and the lasting effects are evaluated on a case-by-case basis. Based upon the individual needs of a person and the symptoms experienced as a result of heart disease, CAP works to create equal opportunities and equal access in the workplace.
For more information on heart disease, please visit the resources listed in the description below.
For any questions about how CAP may be able to accommodate you or your employee, please contact us at cap@mail.mil or visit www.cap.mil. To view previous webinars or assistive technology demonstration videos, please visit the CAP YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/thedodcap. For tips on hiring employees with disabilities and how to provide reasonable accommodations after they are hired, visit www.cap.mil/news-events/training to complete our online trainings. Thank you for taking the time to watch the CAP webinar on accommodations for employees with heart disease.